Hi, it's Karen with Living Our Dream Homestead, where today we're going to be making s'mores bars. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please click the button down below. Well, let's go ahead and get started. First thing we need to do is turn on our oven to 350 degrees. We are going to be using a 9-inch square baking pan. And we need to go ahead and line it with some parchment paper, which I have right here. So let me go ahead and turn around the camera and show you how to make these delicious s'mores bars. First thing we need is a medium-sized bowl, and in it we're going to put 2 cups of graham cracker crumbs. Now I am using Annie's graham crackers, and I'm going to go ahead and put this in my food chopper, and I'm going to go ahead and get it into crumbs. Here's what I'm talking about. You have like a food chopper, or if you don't have a food chopper, you can just put it in a Ziploc bag, the graham crackers, and you could use a rolling pin and you can beat on it to make it into crumb-like consistency. I'll go ahead and work on this now. Now I've put my 2 cups of graham cracker crumbs into our bowl. We are going to go ahead and take in half a cup of butter, which I have right here, and I'm going to melt this. I'm actually going to melt mine in the microwave. Now, it talked about adding sugar to the base of this recipe, but I'm going to go ahead and leave it out. The reason being is I'm adding marshmallows, I'm adding Hershey. You know, that is all loaded in sugar. I don't think we need to have sugar in the crust as well. But I will put the recipe down in the description, you know, where I found it, where, again, they talked about sugar. They wanted to put in a 1/4 cup of sugar, which, you know, in all honesty, I don't think we need that extra. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it out of mine. So I'm going to go ahead and get ready to melt my butter in the microwave. And this is unsalted butter that I'm melting. All right, now that I've got my butter melted, I'm going to go ahead and add that to our graham cracker crumbs, and we are going to go ahead and mix well. Here's what I'm talking about. I ended up using the back of the spoon and pressing down firmly. Now we're going to go ahead and put this into a 350-degree oven, and we are going to bake this for 8 to 10 minutes until the crust begins to set. Then I'll show you when it's done. Here's the bottom crust. Looks good. Be careful when you take it out of the oven. I put it on a hot, I guess you call one of these cork board hot plates so that it doesn't burn the countertop. Now we need to go ahead and take 2 cups of miniature marshmallows, and we're going to put those on top. So I'm going to go ahead and get the other cup right now. Now I got the marshmallows on top of the graham cracker crust. We are going to go ahead and I'm going to take a Hershey bar here, milk chocolate, and I'm going to go ahead and break this up into chunks and measure it out to get half a cup. Now, if you had other chocolate chunks that you wanted to use, you could use that as well. So I'll go ahead and work on that. This is what I'm talking about. I broke up the Hershey bar. So I'm going to go ahead and put that over top of the marshmallows. Try to, you know, spread it around so you're trying to make it kind of, you know, equal and not all in one spot. Oops. My granddaughters love to eat s'mores, you know, and, you know, roast the marshmallows, etc. Haven't really met anybody that didn't like s'mores. All right, well, let's go ahead and put this into our oven at 350 degrees, and we are going to go ahead and bake about 10 minutes until the marshmallows have softened. Now that you can see the marshmallows have definitely softened up and they've melted along with the chocolate, we are going to go ahead and put on top 1 more cup of miniature marshmallows. See if I can get the rest out of there. And now we are going to go ahead and put it back into the oven, but we are going to put it under the broiler for 1 to 2 minutes. Now we need to watch it closely, but we're wanting the marshmallows to be like those, a little bit more brown on the ones that we just put here. And then I will show you when it's done. Now this was about 40 seconds in there, and I definitely didn't want it to stay another 20 seconds just because some of this, could turn black. It is definitely darker over here, but this is kind of what, I'm talking about, how it looks. You just really need to watch it. I definitely do it under a minute. Maybe do it 30 seconds and then check. So I was watching in the oven with the light on in the oven, and when I saw it got too brown, I took it out. So I'll go ahead and let these cool, and I'll show you what they look like. Here's the s'more bars. I don't know about you, it might have needed a little bit more butter to mix up with the crust. I did do half a cup of butter is what the recipe said, but it seemed like I have a lot of the crumbs left where it wasn't, with the marshmallows. I mean, it's not going to taste bad. I have made this before. It is delicious. I think maybe it might have needed a little bit more. I did pack it up pretty hard, but as you can see, there's quite a few crumbs left. And here's some of it on a plate. Doesn't that look good? Well, the s'more bars are all done. If you have any left over, you can store them in an airtight container for up to 5 days, but I don't think I'm going to have any left over. I cut up some of them here and put them on a plate. I think I got a total of 10 pieces. Of course, I could cut them smaller as well. If you like this recipe, please hit the like button down below. I will leave the recipe in the description and what I had changed. Thank you for watching. This was Karen with Living Our Dream Homestead. I hope you have a good day.